The new Honda Civic Type R has had the kind of build-up that could make a U.S. presidential election campaign look short. That lengthy preamble speaks volumes about the departure this car represents for Honda and the ambition bound within its swollen arches. The hot hatchback market has been transformed since the days of the much-loved EP3 Type R that was the first to be built at Swindon and the first to strike it rich on UK sales. But 200 bhp is now no longer nearly enough for a full-size hot hatch. And Honda, a dyed-in-the-wool champion of fast-revving atmospheric engines, could no longer afford to maintain its long-running indifference towards forced induction. The switch to turbocharging has meant a fundamental change in engineering philosophy for Honda, and it comes on a car that is reputed to be nothing less than the fastest front-wheel drive hatch money can buy, faster, of course, around the Nürburgring than all of its rivals. It seems rather a shame then that this generation Honda Civic Type R only has had a short stint at the helm, with the 10th generation Civic also bringing a hotter, far more aggressive Type R as part of the package in 2017. So the new Civic Type R gets not only a new turbocharged engine but also completely overhauled suspension and steering systems relative to those of the standard car. Its drivetrain has been painstakingly re-engineered and its body aerodynamically perfected. The new engine is unusual among turbocharged 4-pots for being ever so slightly over square in its bore and stroke dimensions. Otherwise, it's directly injected and air-to-air intercooled, with variable valve timing and lift, a compression ratio of just under 10:1 and a capacity of 1996 cc. It produces 306 bhp and emits 170 grams/km of CO2, the latter being competitive for the power on tap, without being outstanding. Honda claims a 30 mm lower hip point for the Type R, but only by taking into account the seat's lower density foam and a 10 mm lowering of the floor. The mounting remains the same. We'd have preferred to be able to drop deeper still into the Type R, but the Civic's fuel tank lies beneath the front seats and represents an immovable hardpoint that prevents them from going any lower. In the back, Honda has ditched the middle seat and tip-up magic seats to save weight, although the bench still folds 60/40 to reveal a pleasingly flat boot, whose maximum volume remains the same. So does almost everything else, only the steering wheel and gear knob change. The latter is the carried-over ball of machined aluminium familiar from previous Type Rs, the former has had its spokes slimmed for a better grip. Otherwise, there are a few new features on Honda's latest infotainment system and a button marked +R on the dash, both of which we discuss elsewhere. Being the range-topping model for the Civic range, the Type R is certainly well equipped. Besides the aggressive body kit, huge rear spoiler, wide wheel arcs and Type R decals, the hot Civic also gets Honda's active city braking technology, adaptive dampers, cruise control and hill start assist. Inside there is Honda's 7.0 and touchscreen infotainment system with multimedia connectivity, Garmin sat-nav and DAB radio chucked in, while there is also a rear-view camera and climate control also included. The Type R GT models get added luxuries such as dual-zone climate control, front and rear parking sensors, auto wipers and lights, and fully electric windows.